Hi there, Gemini. So I'm going to be doing your reading right now, and I'd like to make a note that I do offer personal readings. So if you're interested, please check out the description box below. If you do plan on subscribing, please make sure to hit the notification button. That way you'll get notified whenever I post my videos. And if this reading resonates, please make sure to hit the like button. So I'm going to be doing past, present, and future, and I'm going to be pulling out oracle cards at the end. Okay, Gemini? So let's get started. Can I get the past energy for Gemini, please? Gemini. The past energy for Gemini. So it's the most recent past, but you could be going through it now, and so just take it as is because it's not really time sensitive. Okay, Gemini? So the past energy for Gemini, please. Gemini. The past energy for Gemini. Gemini. Past energy for Gemini, please. Gemini. Okay, so the past energy for Gemini, please. The past energy for Gemini. It's the Nine of Swords in reverse, Strength, but with the Magician in reverse, and the present energy for Gemini, the Seven of Cups, present energy for Gemini, please. The Knight of Wands in reverse, but with the Empress and the Queen of Cups. And the future energy for Gemini. It's the Lovers in reverse, the Ten of Cups in reverse, but with the Wheel of Fortune. And the overall energy for the reading for Gemini, it's the King of Cups. So I see a match between the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, which is interesting. So let's see. So there is someone that has a lot of love for you, but they could be wearing a mask. But when I clarify, I'll gain more insight. But the King of Cups is someone that does have love for you. Okay. So when I look at the past, it seems like you do share a strong bond with someone with strength, but it's like something didn't manifest into the 3D with the Magician in reverse. Maybe this was someone having to get out of their headspace in order to manifest this connection into the 3D. So someone's seeing you as being very loving and very nurturing as the Empress and the Queen of Cups. Loving, nurturing, and beautiful, but they're not rushing in passionately, but they are thinking about you with the Seven of Cups. So there could be heavy contemplation, fantasizing, dreaming, them looking at their options. There could have been some confusion as well. So with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like there is someone that's wanting there to be positive changes, especially if there is a disconnect with the Lovers in reverse and there is someone that's unhappy, especially if they're wanting things to take a turn for the positive. But let's see, let me clarify the King of Cups for the overall energy for Gemini, please. So I see a match between the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Clarifying the King of Cups for the overall energy for Gemini, please. The King of Cups. The King of Cups for the overall energy for Gemini, please. The King of Cups. The King of Cups. The King of Cups for Gemini, please. The Empress twice. So someone is seeing you as being very loving, very nurturing, and very beautiful. Okay? But there could very well be conflict between you and this person with the Five of Swords. Conflict or even self-sabotage. So with the Eight of Swords in reverse, I really feel like this is someone that's having to get out of their headspace. Especially if there is a lot of overthinking. So the Nine of Wands talks about resistance, walls or barriers that have been built up in this connection. Conflict with the Five of Swords, maybe even self-sabotage. But they're viewing you as the Empress. So you're someone that's very loving and very nurturing and very beautiful. And they have a lot of love for you, but they could be wearing a mask. Okay? Someone could very well be feeling overwhelmed by their feelings as well with the Nine of Wands. But I see this as being walls or barriers that have been built up in this connection. That's why the Ace of Wands is showing up in reverse. That's why I don't see a brand new beginning in love. Or a brand new passionate beginning, sorry. And with the Queen of Wands in reverse, maybe you pulled your energy back because I see a lack of expression. And confusion with Judgment in reverse. Maybe this was someone that was having to make a choice, but there was indecision. Them having to get out of their headspace possibly. So maybe this was you not wanting to be anxious or worried and you pulled your energy back because I see a lack of expression. So let me clarify strength. Clarifying strength for Gemini, please. The Eight of Cups. So there could have been dissatisfaction. Maybe somebody walked away. There was dissatisfaction. This person was thrown off with the Emperor in reverse. And with the Queen of Cups in reverse, this was someone that was not being emotionally vulnerable. Someone was not being emotionally vulnerable or expressive. Even though they did feel quite strongly towards you, or you could have shared a strong bond with this person. But I don't see emotional vulnerability with the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. So the Magician is showing up in reverse. So things didn't manifest into the 3D. Someone could have been losing hope with the Star card in reverse. With the Four of Pentacles. This was someone that was having to express how they felt. And there you go. The King of Cups in reverse. Like I see somebody having a desire to express how they feel with the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse. But there could have been like a loss of hope with the Magician in reverse and the Star in reverse. Let me get one more card before I say anything else. Yeah, they didn't take swift action with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Even though there was a desire to express how they feel. But look at this. It's like the King of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. So if there is conflict between you and this person, it hasn't been resolved or healed. Like there hasn't been healing. This person could have been thrown off. I see them being dissatisfied with the Eight of Cups. Let me clarify the Seven of Cups before I say anything else. Let's see. Clarifying the Nine of Cups in reverse with the Ten of Cups in reverse. So there is someone that's dissatisfied or they're unhappy. But they are thinking about you and I don't see them detaching with the Six of Swords in reverse. The Five of... So they do have a lot of passion towards you with the King of Wands. So maybe this is someone that's having to overcome any sort of fears. Maybe this was you having to overcome being left out in the cold. Someone is not detaching, but I still see dissatisfaction, someone being unhappy and looking at their options, trying to figure out what to do. They're thinking about you. Okay? So let me clear. They're not rushing in passionately though with the Knight of Wands in reverse. They're weighing their options, trying to figure out what to do. Okay? Possibly trying to stay balanced. They're not detaching or walking away though with the Six of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Swords in reverse. But there's something unfortunate about this situation. Something did not take a turn for the positive. Okay? That's why I don't see someone rushing in passionately. So let me clarify the Empress with the Queen of Cups. Look at that. It's like the Eight of Pentacles with strength. So there is someone that feels quite strongly towards you. They're thinking about you with the 8 of Pentacles. There's heavy contemplation. And there you go. Just as I said, the 4 of Swords. There is someone that's thinking about you. And they're seeing you as being very loving and very nurturing. As the Empress and the Queen of Cups and strength. So you could share a strong bond with this person and they're thinking about you. So you are on this person's mind. But let me clarify the Lovers in reverse. The 2 of Wands. So somebody having to make a choice. Okay? Because they're quite unhappy that things didn't take a turn for the positive with the Sun in reverse. And they are thinking about you with the 7 of Pentacles. So you are on this person's mind and they are reflecting. Okay? At this disconnect. So let me clarify the 10 of Cups in reverse. The 8 of Wands. I see somebody wanting to communicate. So the 8 of Wands talks about communication or swift energy exchange. No, that's not how we do it. Let me try that again. So they do acknowledge this connection. I feel like they're quite unhappy, especially if they're wanting there to be positive change with the Wheel. Okay? So let me get one more card. Oh, so they do have romantic feelings towards you with the Knight of Cups and the High Priestess. This is someone that's wanting to communicate, possibly, maybe even listening to their intuition. Maybe this is you listening to your intuition. They do have clarity regarding their feelings, okay? And they're quite unhappy, especially if they're wanting there to be positive changes. So let me clarify the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about like a fated encounter and even time. Maybe a lot of time has went by. They have unresolved feelings with the 10 of Swords in reverse, even unresolved pain. But they're not being direct about how they feel with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay? Especially if there's like a lack of... Like I see, yeah, the Page of Pentacles. So I see the potential for a brand new beginning, okay? With the Page of Pentacles. Maybe this is you going through positive changes as well. But the Queen of Swords is showing up in reverse. Maybe this is someone that's not communicating that they do have unresolved feelings or unresolved pain. There is someone that has to go through the healing process. Maybe this is you not being aware of how this person genuinely feels. But let's see. Let me get one more card before I say anything else. Yeah, so the King of Swords, look at that. So the King of Swords is trying to be logical and practical, possibly even in control over their emotions. They have unresolved feelings or unresolved pain, but it's like they're having trouble healing as well. So with the Queen of Swords in reverse, someone's not being direct about their feelings, okay? Even though they do want positive change with the Wheel. So some sort of cycle here that has to come to an end. Because I see that potential for a brand new beginning with the Page of Pentacles. So someone having to listen to their intuition. It's like a desire to communicate as well. Maybe there was communication and someone's still unhappy, but let's see. Let me get further insight from the Intimate Tarot for Gemini, please. Gemini. 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 The Page of Pentacles. There's someone that's wanting to communicate, but in a very tentative fashion, possibly trying to gain insight into the way you feel towards them. I see that potential for stability with the King of Pentacles, with someone feeling cautious. That's why the Page of Pentacles showed up there as well. But it's like they're wanting there to be balance where there's like an equal give and take in energy. They have clarity regarding their feelings. This could even be somebody that's wanting to speak their truth. Sorry about that, 1 second. Strength. So you could share a strong bond with this person with strength. Judgment talks about like a fated encounter and someone having to make a profound choice. They're wanting there to be victory and success, forward momentum with the Six of Wands. That Tower, someone's been hit with a Tower moment of realization as well. This connection could have gone through a major shakeup or even major changes that led to conflict. And I see somebody reflecting on this connection with the Six of Cups. Okay. And the Moon, there is someone that's thinking about you, but they're keeping their feelings hidden under the Moon. There could be fantasizing and dreaming. And let me get one more card for Gemini, please. And the World. So the World talks about like an end to some sort of cycle, okay, with the Wheel of Fortune and the World, but someone thinking quite highly of you as well. But keeping their feelings hidden under the Moon. There could really be conflict between you and this person. Someone feeling overwhelmed, walls or barriers that have been built up in this connection. Okay, so let me get messages from the soul. No, this is not the soul helper. The Oracle deck for Gemini, please. Interesting. It's like the same number, but like reversed. 1 second. I'll get one more card for Gemini. Okay. So card number 34, which is 7. Receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. Receive with love and appreciation. 34. So acceptance, especially if there are feelings of love with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So 34, which is 7. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. And card number 43. So it's like 34, which is 7, and then 43, which is 7. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So 43, which is 7. 7, 7, 7, 3 sevens. What is this? The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. Okay, so 7 could be a significant number. Card number 9, slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. And card number 28, which is 10 or 1, the union of hearts, a love connection defies explanation. And let's see. Let me get messages from the Soul Helper deck for Gemini, please. Look at that. Five. I'm going to get one more card. Oh, that's too many cards. Let me try that again. You know what? Let me get the card that's on the top. Okay. So card number 28 again. So 28 showed up twice. 28, which is 10. Have the courage to be free. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. Okay. So letting go. I see this as pause and allow things to unfold. And card number 28, which is 10 or 1. Card number 13, which is 4. Rise above the dark days of life. Do not fight them, but have faith that the light will always return. Card number 5, which talks about changes. It is time for a change. Do not wait or put off decisions any longer. Okay. Card number 38, which is 11. A light-filled angel is at your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway. So 2 cards talking about rise above the dark days. So 11. Card number 35, which is 8. Follow your vision. Never lose sight of what is really important. Okay. So that's my reading for you, Gemini, and I'll see you next time. Take care.